The big brand sale is now on at OK Furniture, and you stand a chance to win big when you save big. Buy any participating brand before the 26th of May 2024, and you could drive away with a brand new Toyota Vitz. There are 15 cars to be won, so don't miss out. View our latest catalog and shop these deals in store or online until the 21st of April 2024. T's and C's apply. iDiskiTV powered by World Sports Betting at iDiskiTimes.co.za. Coming to the end of the season, big matches coming thick and fast. It's the semi-finals of the Nedbank Cup next week. This week, it's the semi-finals. It's the semi-finals of the CAF Champions League. In fact, in 2 weeks' time, it's the semi-finals of the Nedbank Cup. Yaphela season. There's 9 matches, 7 matches left for other teams and stuff like that. We are in the business end of the season. I did say, talking to Utso Vilakazi, sitting down watching the matches, I suspect Sundowns, they picked very early. There was the AFL at the beginning of the season, which was not in the calendar before. It was at some point last year, about October, November, and they really bossed that tournament. And if you watch them in the last 3-4 weeks, there is slowing down. There is not picking up for Sundowns. They're playing Esperance in Tunisia this weekend. That's tomorrow night on Saturday. We'll be watching that game with Junior Khanye and Utso Vilakazi. Junior, it's a very, very important weekend. First leg, Champions League for the Mamelodi Sundowns. Very important for Esperance de Tunis as well. What do you think is the mindset of the players coming into the semi-final? Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The visitor.
Ntate Moruti.
Ntate Moruti. Ndoda ka Kreste kunjani? Ngibulise justice. Yeah, ebafethu kunjani, keep on supporting iDiskiTV, fighting no one try to fix South African football.
Ntate Moruti onwambamba.
Oh, awuyabshaka.
Joking. There's no discipline. There's a cameraman. There's no discipline.
Oh, yeah.
Most of them, they are very disciplined.
Yeah. I know. It's sponsor.
Nah, we've been shooting with them since day one. And guys, they don't drink alcohol. They're very serious.
I can testify.
Last number.
He's so serious, this guy.
Yeah.
Shooting Kumang life general, the way I approach life now.
Absolutely.
He's inspired. That's what 30 made it the early age, and I love it. I think 5 years in Kalugumita with the same person.
Yeah.
Not different. I'm man pick up to him. Yeah, I'm fit to
very big weekend for Sundowns and Esperance as well.
Yeah, watching Esperance in Baboni is very dangerous. Baboni Esperance you shoot abantu. You cannot, especially Sundowns Day by Chola Manje. I don't falter Sundowns in Kulego.
Oh yes, let me just go back to the thing I just said now. Like Besbuga and game, like last week, we're just sitting down before the game starts and you just walked in. And I said, because I've been thinking about it, Uguti, there is something with Sundowns, Uguti, maybe they picked too early. But this season we prepare like periodization. So Abarulani and the modern coaches, they believe in that. Plan pre-season yako, plan midlalo yako, by the time in the trainer ngayo, we'll make sure by the time figure about March, April towards the end of the season, everyone is peaking. I think this year into different kuna wonkamanya season ukuthi kuqalwe nge-AFL. The AFL, of course, a lot of prize money, 100 million, and by Tata serious by winner. So that means they played a very serious competition ekuqaleni season in the first 2 months, and you're starting to see now the signs. Signs ukuthi they bafikile ku peak yabo, but it was very early. It's like even psychologically, bawine into enkulu ekuqaleni so that it confuses their season, because uyakhumbula ukuthi ku build up your season ekuqaleni ku league you build and build and build bese ngena abo Nedbank, abo Carling nabo Telkom. And that's usually towards midway of the season and towards the end of the season, abo Nedbank, and the Champions League yaphela. So all of these things, you're starting to pick the motivation yako iyakhuphuka ekugcineni kweseason. They got their motivation from the beginning. That's what I was thinking when I was looking at it. Why have they dropped so much? It's not that they're bad. They're not losing matches. No one is beating them anyways, but they're not the team that we are used to.
Yeah, true. I mean, you're making a very strong point. The way Bakaling they started with the high note. Yes, Kubane plan for modern coaches, true. They plan, even previous coaches, but manje they're more of since we're going to some now they do proper research, especially when I'm analysts now. They analyze personality a player now, not only the team only. So I'm sure we're going to fatigue to Sundowns players. One of the quality team.
For sure.
Credit to them with Bangalore. You can falter wherever you want.
Yeah, they're not losing matches.
Yes.
That's an important thing.
And enye into, everybody want to beat them. Everyone that is playing against them want to beat them. It's very difficult. And Urulani uqinisile, they playing low block. Check ama game
Yeah,
amanye.
every team that they're playing.
Just check these teams. I need to be honest. Check how they approach the game abadlala amanye ama team. I'm talking about team at DStv Premiership when they play amongst themselves.
Yeah, it's easy for them. Kulula ukuthi iSwallows idlale ne-Cape Town Spurs ngoba omunye uzama ukukora komunye. Mara mabedlala babayi-2 ne-Sundowns, it's almost impossible because it's just a low block.
Yeah, it's true. Urulane, and credit to the guy. Still was going to research, and credit to those players to create chances and also not concede this to some of the games. And several games, not one. So it's very difficult into Urulana Pegani now. And
it's similar to what Man City is going through.
Exactly.
Similar, very similar. Ngoba ize ncama Real Madrid, as big as they are, abavele ba sacrifice ukudlala, and they just did a low block the whole game, which worked for them. But it's like, if you are in Man City, how are you supposed to break down everyone who's playing against you? They're playing a low block.
Yeah, and just to sacrifice Man City, but a plan in terms of the star players individual.
Yeah.
Gunabo Rodrigo, Gunabo Vinicius Jr., Gunabo Valverde. Yes, players that they can rely on. But with DStv Premiership, especially with Sundowns, if Sundowns, the way they won league title, ama league title ngakhona, wonke umuntu ufuna ubaphethe ezosho Super Cup, the cup that baqale ngayo, very high profile cup ukungayideleli, is more or less icishe yafola under the Champions League, and Sundowns took that trophy. It was the first time I think by applying that trophy in South African football.
In African football,
they won it, and bebangadlali nje na ordinary teams. So right, but trainile, especially with DStv Premiership, also not losing a game. Irrespective of we or somebody can say yes, they are dropping, but they sometimes winning. No mangabi 1-0, but they find a way. Actually, izukdlala ne low block team. Abantu baphaki pass bangabi ne play nokudlala. I mean, ngibabonile ku game. Not even this one, it's the game before.
We were here for tax.
We need to be honest. Tax nabo. Mangaba check. Yes, tax is a million. Kurma first half. Second half tax just seated at the back. It's like NFT Mutsepe Foundation Championship, but everybody bringing him. Abenera Twitcher is in Kuleba breaker. And Sundowns Saksabanta Badalanga across. They believe good China so combine and starting a multi-payment until you score. So, Mina 4 things some credit to Urulani with that win, and the technical team are giving the director Patrice Motsepe. But definitely sure, I believe Mina going to this game will be easy. Sundowns nigga. I mean, they've got those. It's a mindset, clearly. I think talking to those players also rest. I'm sure we'll game labor rest going to this game. But Monday, I'm sure we'll be 3 days, 2 days,
4 days between. Yeah.
Yes, they're very smart. Thinking about the way we're playing on. So I believe in Sundowns nigga. Yes, it could be possibility to drop.
Yeah, I was about to say that there's a thing that we're noticing, and I was looking at quarter-final year to Africa. In the first leg and the second leg, 8 teams are playing, and only 7 goals were scored. Go on, come again. Abo Mazembe, Abo Al Ahly. There were only 7 goals scored in quarter-final. Quarter-final year, UEFA Champions League, there were 31 or 32 goals. Same number of games. The difference was that Gule to competition in Africa, gune away goal. Gule as Europe, they cancelled the away goal. So the way that these games are playing themselves out, young Africans, Sundowns, it's low block, it's matches that are not eventful. Yes. So I'm thinking that it is possible to go to Esperance. They won't, number one, they won't want to concede the away goal. And number 2, they might be happy with a draw, knowing Uguti Nabo, Bazo Kembula, maybe South Africa next week for their own away goal. So I do suspect Uguti, it's going to be definitely a low block. It's a matter of announcing Abizo break and a low block, which is very important.
Yeah, tactical. It's going to be tactical game. Both teams. Yeah. Mindset, those Sundowns, they approach game by winning. Kulego Minang's about specific Sundowns, they play to win. I never saw the game.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Whether they playing away
or
what.
There's no debate about that.
Yeah, so
it's just a matter of do they really break it? If you're going to low block, yes. Break now.
It's going to be difficult. As Nisho, yes, we win Sundowns I give, or a draw yes possibility because you might say tell I'm a coach, especially when Sundowns idlala mhlambe away. But now this thing with us to consider against them because we're going to last stars, we're gonna have a problem. Now my team about now with Champions League, I think that's how they approach. Now the team they young did the same thing. So it's gonna be very, very difficult game, but mini Sundowns, I see the approach game which is going to win. If we're not gonna win, we're gonna keep Tipola Mhlambe, not by playing low block, they will never go there by defending. But yes, kuzoba ne shape in terms of kube ne structure nje, ukuthi babe tactically aware. But ukuthi bayo winner, yes, possibility con. I mean, I give them win or draw.
All right, win or draw for Mamelodi Sundowns. What do you think at home? You can go to wsp.co.za if you want to predict. Of course, we'll also be covering Orlando Pirates, their second match in 7 days against Amazulu. Last week, it was 4-2. What's going to happen tomorrow? We'll be here at 5:30 for that. And back-to-back matches, Mamelodi Sundowns at 9 p.m. on the same day, traveling to Tunisia, playing against Esperance at Tunis. And then on Sunday, we'll be here for Kaizer Chiefs. I think they're traveling away to Richards Bay, whatever, at 3 p.m. it'll be Kaizer Chiefs versus Richards Bay, whoever is at home and away. You'll find that out, of course, during the course of the weekend. So we'll be here for all of those matches. What's interesting is that whatever is happening to Sundowns, it appears to be happening to Manchester City. Of course, different teams, but they have the unbridled approach of just wanting to attack. And the one thing that teams have just decided, they've resorted to just defending. And if you win, having conceded 30 chances, did you really win? Did Real Madrid really win having conceded 33 shots? You know, and although they have good players attacking, they're asking them to defend as well. So what does Pep Guardiola do? What does Rolando Mukwena do? It's actually very interesting that both of those two coaches are going through the same thing. It's a problem. No one wants to play football against them. We were here last weekend with Amatax, and I said that we were stuck because if Sundowns didn't score, we were then going to penalties. We knew that from the second half. 45 minutes, 30 minutes of extra time, we knew that too. So we wasted an hour of our lives that we will never get back, because if Sundowns was not going to score, then Amatax obviously were not interested in scoring. So that might happen tomorrow. We shall see. iDiskiTV, iDiski Times, World Sports Betting. Thank you for watching us.